During a live taping of The View, tensions unexpectedly flared between Sarah Haines and Whoopi Goldberg over a heated discussion about artificial intelligence in education. The conversation began calmly, with the panel discussing the pros and cons of AI-driven tutoring in public schools. But it took a sharp turn when Sarah voiced concerns about AI replacing critical thinking, arguing that we're outsourcing too much of our humanity to machines. Whoopi, visibly annoyed, interrupted her mid-sentence. "Sarah, you always say that like technology is the enemy. It's called progress," she said, leaning forward. Her voice edged with frustration. Sarah, clearly caught off guard, tried to continue. "I'm not saying it's the enemy, Whoopi, but we need boundaries. Children need to think for themselves before boundaries." "You want to talk about boundaries? You know what's a bigger issue? Kids who don't even have teachers or books. AI might be the only help they get." Whoopi shot back, her tone sharper now. The studio audience fell into a stunned silence. Sarah's smile faded as she replied, "I just think we're moving too fast without understanding the consequences." Whoopi shook her head, visibly done. "You're afraid of everything new. It's 2025, Sarah, catch up." The tension hung in the air as Joy Behar tried to lighten the mood with a joke about robots becoming co-hosts. But neither Sarah nor Whoopi laughed. After the commercial break, they returned to the topic, but the chill between them remained. Backstage sources claimed that Sarah left the studio immediately after the show, without speaking to anyone, while Whoopi stayed behind, reportedly muttering, "I'm tired of dumbing things down." By the next morning, hashtags like #TeamWhoopi and #Sarah was right were trending on X, and the drama was all over entertainment blogs. ABC made no official comment, but fans were already speculating about a rift that might not heal anytime soon. Sarah sat back in her chair, her posture stiff, eyes fixed on Whoopi, but now more guarded. The live camera stayed wide, avoiding close-ups that might show the raw irritation on both their faces. Sunny Hostin glanced nervously between them, lips slightly parted, as if ready to step in. But the tension was too thick to cut cleanly. Whoopi adjusted her glasses and crossed her arms, eyes not leaving Sarah. "You keep acting like this is some sci-fi nightmare," she said, her tone measured but loaded. "But you know what's actually scary? Leaving generations behind because we're scared of tools that could help them." Sarah exhaled through her nose, lips pressed tight before answering. "It's not fear, Whoopi. It's caution. There's a difference." Joy Behar blinked, looking to the producers off stage, as if to ask, "Are we really doing this live?" But no cue came. No one dared to intervene. Whoopi leaned slightly closer. "Caution is fine. Paranoia isn't." Sarah let out a small laugh, dry and sharp. "So now, I'm paranoid," she said, her voice quiet but cutting, "because I don't believe AI belongs in every classroom before we've even figured out how to regulate it." "No, because you think talking about it is the same as letting it take over," Whoopi shot back. "You're not listening, Sarah. You're reacting." Sarah's eyes narrowed. "And you're bulldozing." That landed heavy. Even the audience, normally vocal, held back. The energy in the studio wasn't just tense, it was brittle, the kind where even one more word might cause a break neither of them could walk back from. And still, the segment continued. Live, uncut, raw. The red tally light on the studio camera remained locked on, capturing everything. No one in the control room dared cut away. Sarah's fingers were curled around her coffee mug now, not sipping, just holding, like an anchor. Whoopi didn't blink. Her eyes were steady, heavy with years of not just experience, but conviction. "I'm not bulldozing," Whoopi said, her voice lower now, but firmer. "I'm pointing out that you're speaking from a place of comfort. This ain't just theory to everybody." Sarah's jaw tightened. "You think I don't know that? I think you forget it," Whoopi replied without hesitation. "Sometimes you talk like the people who'd be helped the most by this don't matter as much as the system that's already failing them." A sharp inhale escaped from Sarah, not a gasp, not theatrical, but the sound of someone holding back too many things at once. "I'm talking about consequences, Whoopi," she said, slowly, her tone dangerously level, "about what happens when we jump into tech solutions without thinking. About the human cost, bias, data control, privacy. That doesn't mean I'm forgetting the people who are struggling." "Then say that instead of spinning some dystopian scare story," Whoopi snapped back. "Because that's what people hear when you wrap everything in fear." "I'm not afraid, Whoopi," Sarah said, suddenly louder, not yelling, but it cut through the air like a slap. "I'm angry. I'm angry that no one seems to care where this is going, as long as it's shiny and fast and efficient. A pause. Not silence. The hum of the lights overhead. A distant cough from the audience. The almost imperceptible shuffle of Sonny Hostin's paper cards. But no one spoke. Even Joy was quiet now, eyes down. Sarah and Whoopi were still locked in. Not shouting. Not moving. But neither blinking, either. Just two women, live on national television, caught in the exact second when disagreement turns into something personal, and maybe irreversible. The light above the desk glared, just a little too bright, catching the subtle sheen on Sarah's forehead. Her grip on the mug didn't ease. Whoopi's arms remained crossed, but one finger tapped against her sleeve. Steady, like a warning drum. Across the table, Sonny shifted just slightly in her seat, not speaking, but poised, her lips slightly parted. Her brow furrowed, with a kind of cautious empathy. She tilted her head the smallest degree toward Sarah, as if offering a lifeline without words. But Sarah didn't look her way. Sarah's voice, when it came again, was low, not cracked, not weak, precise. You keep telling me what people hear. What about what I'm saying? Whoopi tilted her head now too, mirroring that motion. But hers was sharper, like an eyebrow raised without moving her brow. Her lips parted, not to speak yet, but like she was about to. Holding it, the audience still said nothing. No claps, no gasps, just breath, collective hushed, as if the whole room had agreed not to exist. Too loudly. Then. So quietly it might have gone unnoticed if not for the mics. You're saying you care, Whoopi replied. But you're not hearing how it lands. Sarah blinked once. Slowly. Whoopi didn't lean in. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't move at all. But her presence pressed down, heavy and immovable. I am hearing you, Sarah said, barely above a whisper. I just don't agree that doubt means dismissal. Whoopi's eyes flickered a flash, almost like pain, or maybe recognition. And yet the moment held. Still unbroken. Still lived. Still unscripted. No cue cards shuffled. No commercial music. No laughter. Just two women, in silence thick enough to hear what neither was saying. Whoopi's eyes didn't move. But something behind them did. A flicker. Not retreat. Not yield. But the subtle recoil of being met with equal force. She held her posture like a fortress. Solid. Seasoned. But Sarah wasn't flinching now. Not anymore. A tiny shift in weight. Sarah pressing the edge of her heel into the floor. Grounding herself. Her shoulders no longer rounded inward. No longer braced for impact. She was in it now. Matching Whoopi. Not in volume. Not in seniority, but in conviction. Joy's hand twitched on the table. One fingertip tapping against the wood like Morse code. No one wanted to translate. Her eyes flicked to Sonny. A silent question. Are we stepping in? Sonny didn't move. Not yet. Sarah's mouth opened, not with a new sentence, but on the inhale. A breath caught in the throat. Not hesitation, but precision. She had words. She just wasn't throwing them. Not recklessly, Whoopi. Exhaled, not loud. Not even deliberate. But it came through the mic. Soft. Slow. Almost like a valve releasing just enough pressure to keep the chamber from exploding. And then came the smallest movement. Whoopi's jaw unclenched. Not softened. Not surrendered. Just unlatched. I know you care, she said. So low it was almost beneath the frequency of speech. But Sarah heard it. Sarah blinked again. This time not as defense, but as acknowledgement. And still they did not look away. Around them the set was silent. Hot lights, dead air. No segment movement. No laughter track. No cue cards. No cheerful jingle trying to wrap the tension in sugar. Just the two of them still locked. Still burning, still inside a single unresolved moment.